Hey, what's up, guys? Back again with another vlog. It is 11:54 in the afternoon, or technically evening, 6 minutes before midnight, which is pretty good compared to my, like previous vlogs as of recent, where they're at like 3 a.m. So that's good. I'm gonna go to bed soon, which is even better because I need a lot of sleep because I'm tired and I'm sleep deprived. I haven't been getting a lot of good sleep recently, so I'm gonna try going to bed early tonight, because it would help me get better sleep. And yeah, today was pretty chill, pretty boring. Um, Day at work was pretty boring. I was just on register all day. Nothing too interesting there. Um, and then I got home and keep procrastinating. I said I was gonna. Well, my goals today were to not watch YouTube and not play games, and I immediately broke that rule. As soon as I woke up, I just like had I watched YouTube while I was eating breakfast. I was like, okay, well, mission failed. Um, and I didn't do any homework either. So yeah, that kind of stinks, but I think it's because there's no like incoming deadlines, so I feel like, oh, I have all the time in the world, and it's also kind of just like, oh, I'm too lazy, which sucks because I know what's gonna happen. It's gonna deadline's gonna come up out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. I have no time, even though I have so much time right now. Um, so yeah, I need to set more realistic goals. I think tomorrow I'll try, instead of being like, do this for an hour and be very vague, I'll be like, okay, I'll try to be like as specific as possible to my courses so that it's like very objective. Like, do exactly this and then you're good to go. So it's like, read the first three poems for my Canadian literature class, for example, right? Which I could very easily do. Each one is like less than a page long. So if I set like just like a really small but realistic goal, that'll help me start, because the hardest part is starting, right? Once you start, it's easy to keep going. But starting is by far the hardest part in terms of procrastination. It's like you never want to get started. But once you do start, like it's not that bad. Um, it's just getting into the mood to study and to do the work is really freaking hard. So, yeah, I think the best way to do that is to just set a really, really, really easy goal so that you just do it, Like you do, like, I could even do read one poem. Read one poem. That's super doable, right? Because a poem's like super, super short. It's like less than a page. If I just do that as my goal, I feel like that would be way more productive than be like study for 2 hours per course, Like that just makes the prospect of studying a lot more daunting to me, which makes me not want to study, right? So if I did the opposite and was just like, okay, study for 10 minutes or read two poems or even with just one poem, like that is so much more doable and less daunting than having the expectation that I need to be doing so much work every single day, like 8+ hours, Like, because that's the kind of mindset that I always freaking put myself into, and it's super frustrating because I know it's not productive, even though it should be, like, oh, I'm going to study this amount of hours every single day. It's just not realistic for me. I know for other people, like, they can do it, but that's not how my brain works, and it just doesn't work. So, yeah, the best way for me, I think, to get about studying is to just set really easy goals. But the most important part is that I actually do those really easy goals, right? It's better to start and actually accomplish something and get that ball rolling. Whereas setting a super unrealistic or super difficult goal just makes you not do anything at all, right? And in the long run, that one tiny little goal is still more progress than if I just did nothing the entire day, right? Think about it. Because I set such a hard goal for myself today, I got zero work done. But if I set a super, super, super easy goal, that's like 100% better, right? Because I did something rather than nothing. So that's immediately going to be way, way better. So why don't I just do that? And that's exactly what I'm thinking right now. So that's what I'm going to do. Tomorrow, I'm going to set a goal. Read one poem. Or I think I'll do read one poem for my Canadian literature class. And then for my other course, I'm going to be like, read for 5 minutes, Or just like, I don't know exactly what I have to do for my other course, so I'll start there. Read the timeline. Read what I have to do this week. I'll start there, Like that's doable for me. Read what I have to do and understand what it is that I actually need to do this week. I'll start there. Not even do the work, just read what it is that I have to do. And by putting that into perspective, it'll make it less stressful for me because a big part of my fear is not knowing what I need to do. That's part of the reason I don't study, or because I'm too scared to start studying, is because, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. There's so much to think about. Oh my gosh, there's so much, there's too much. So if I actually objectify everything that it is that I actually need to do and list it and write it all down, that's a lot more doable for me. It helped with my other courses, so I might as well do it now, right? Writing down every single assignment and essay that I have to do, all the deadlines, all that I already did, right? Good start. Now I should get more in depth with, okay, so this is due on this day. What exactly do I have to do to accomplish that goal, right? To accomplish this task, right? Getting even more specific, I think, would help, because saying that essay one is due on this day is still not really helpful. But saying, okay, this is what you need to do in order to actually accomplish that, that'll probably help a bit more, just because it's really daunting, starting when you don't know what you're supposed to do. So just getting in the mindset of reading what it is I actually need to do, that'll probably help. So what I'll do is I'll just spend a couple minutes looking at what I have to do this week. Just a couple minutes, I already have like a general consensus. I know that for my Canadian literature course, there's like several poems I need to read, like 10 poems, I think. So I'm just gonna write every single poem down, search every single poem, because I don't have my book is still being shipped for that. So I'll search them online and find as many as I can and just read them. But I'll start with just read one essay or one poem. I mean, I'll start there. Not gonna set a, maybe I could do even like a timer, like the Pomodoro method. I've tried it. I don't know if it really works for me. I don't know, timers kind of stress me out, but maybe it could help. I could set a timer for like 30 minutes to just do whatever I need to do for 30 minutes. It doesn't have to be super specific. I'm contradicting myself, am I? There's a bunch of ideas. There's a bunch of different study methods. A bunch of different things work for different people. I'm still figuring out what works best for me. I think the best thing for me is to just, well, look at the timeline, see what I need to do, and just start very, very simple. I'll do that. I'll just do that. I'll just say, write one poem, or what am I saying? Read a poem. That's it. Read one poem. That's my goal. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. That's it for today's vlog. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. See you.